Hi Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 82. If you're new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch. I hope you stick around, subscribe, like, do all the things, interact with me. If you're a returning friend, thank you so much for coming to visit with me again this week. And boy, do I have stuff to talk to you about. So we're gonna jump in because I have notes, which I don't normally have. I have so much. And I'll probably talk so fast that we're still through this in record time. Oh well. Anyway, all right. First of all, we have a fellow new floss tuber that needs our help. I'm gonna look at my notes because I don't want to mess this up. So she also has a 5-minute video out about explaining what I'm getting ready to talk about. So Nona Sue Stitches needs our help locating a chart. And yes, I'm looking down at the email she sent to me. I'm going to flash a picture of it here. This is one of the 2 teddy bears in the said chart she's looking for. So she believes it is the Cricket Collection or Cherished Teddies. She is in search of this chart and it's probably from the 80s or 90s. So if any of you recognize this teddy bear, and it is just one in this chart, she is looking to find this. She originally stitched this for her sons. One of them got lost and she wants to restitch it. So let's help Nona out and see what we can find. Send me a message at janetjabber@gmail.com. Comment in the comments if you don't want to send an email. If any of you have any direction on what this chart would possibly be, let's help her out. That would be so exciting for her. So I'm also going to run to my cross stitch store this week, and they've been around for a long time, so they may recognize it also. So let's hope that we can get this for you. All right, Sue, we're doing this. So other than that, I also have, I have mentioned it on here a couple of times that I got into StitchCon, and there is a group that's, if you're in getting to go, then you get to interact and all the things. I have chosen weekend A to go. Some of my fellow Hoosier Stitchers got in. I'm so excited about this trip. But I hooked up with another lady from Indiana that just found me on that channel. Her name is Denise. And her and I were interacting back and forth. And she asked me just in our conversation, hey, do you do anything besides cross stitch? And I was like, hey, I want to learn to loom knit because my mom, when she got to the end, she couldn't cross stitch anymore. And we're crafters and we got to keep our hands busy. So I'm wanting to like prepare. I swear I'm a Girl Scout through and through. But anyway, this is all getting back to Denise. She is multi-crafty and she has a de-stash page on Instagram. I'm going to put the name of it here. Currently, she has yarns in it, but she will be going through and doing other things like quilting and stuff. So she's a multi-crafter. Yarns, quilting, cross-stitching, all the things. So go take a look at it. I was perusing through it and I feel completely ignorant because I want to learn to loom knit. I've picked up a couple of looms. I've picked up just a couple of yarns, but I don't even know what kind of yarns I need to be purchasing. So I'm scared to purchase and become another plethora of stuff that's stored somewhere. So anyway, see if you like it, check her out, all the things. All right, I've got notes. I mentioned featured friends. I hope you don't hear my dogs going crazy in there. But I had a few of you reach out to me and give me the details of projects you're working on. So I'm going to just do one at a time. And the first one I'm going to do is Nikki. Nikki is a featured friend. This is the picture. And she is stitching on 36 count, picture this plus, and she is so sweet. Even in her comment, Nikki was like, don't worry, I can't pronounce it either. So I am going to put the name of it here and then butcher the name all at the same time. It's Renato Pardin, and it's a La Foresta de Fanes. It's gorgeous. I'm sure you saw it, but we are she said in her note to me that she puts in 2 threads a day or concentrates for it on the weekends. It is beautiful, beautiful. So good job, Nikki. And thank you very much for sharing. And speaking of sharing, a couple of you had discovered prior to me saying anything about my Buy Me a Coffee, which is like a tea or fancy floss, or I just put it back into the channel. So anyway, I wanted to say thank you to Julie, Amy, Rose, Janet, Karen, and Stacie. Thank you very much for your contribution, and it's just a little something extra to help with, I mean, you can see I have plenty of stuff, but I kind of want to take a spin off of Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching and put it toward just finishing, because I have the things. I have the things to finish. So speaking of, one other shout out thing that we do, and then I promise we're getting into the stitching. So the hashtag under 1,000 subs club, we have been doing it. We have, oops, we got a visitor. The dogs are picking on this dog. So the one under 1,000 subs clubs, these that you've heard me mention on my channel before, but they're so close to certain goals that I just want to get out there. So 3 Trail Stitchers just hit 500. So they had a post up that said we were 5 close, and then when I went on and looked, they had just hit it. So congratulations. A wonderful group of ladies, and I so enjoy watching them. It is literally like stitching with my friends. I stitch while I watch them. The next one is Georgia Stitcher, Cindy. Her and her daughters record a video, and Cindy does some, does some ginormous pieces. Like she got Pandemic finished. She is doing a sale with a bunch of other people for a sunflower. She is also doing the One Nation, One Star, One State a week. So, but here's what I'm going to pop in a picture here. And it's for her girls. Her girls are starting a business, and it is so cute because they're so little. And if you watch their last video, they tell you that their dad tells them to go get a job, make your own money. So the little one, I always mess their names up. But she was like, we're trying. So, and she's also like 40 people away from the 1,000 mark. So good job. Go say hi to Cindy and the girls. And last but not least is Stitching in the Land Good Enough Pam. I found Pam during Flossmas, and she was recording a song that she did sing the 12 Days of Christmas that she turned into stitching. It was so fun, and it was so great to watch her. She stitches, she's doing that gamer stitch along. I'm not going to say it right. Helen D is also doing it, but it's super fun to watch her. She's stitching that for her son, who has been a gamer, and then she's got other sales that she does, but she is pleasant to visit with also. So go check her out. All right, let's get into the stitching. With this little guy on my lap, we're going to get through this, even though he's trying to lick me to death. All right, what have I stitched on? First of all, I have some finishes. One finish for now and one start and finish to show you. My finish for now is my 3 Little Words by Lizzie K. When I came, the talk is trying. When I came at you last, I still need to finish this down here, and I did. Believe in yourself, follow your heart. Sorry, I can't read backwards, and that's what is on my phone when I do this with you. I am loving the colors. I did change a few of them, and it is stitched on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. I am stitching that along with, but Kelly's done. Kelly from Don't Run With Scissors. So, and my next one that'll come up for next month is Today Choose Joy, Keep It Simple. So that'll be next time. I don't know. My little guy is like all up on me right now, guys. He must be missing. Must be missing. All right, my next one is a start and finish that I was super happy about. I posted on my Instagram this weekend. Mel, and a follow Instagrammer, is the reason that I stitched this. She posted it, that she was working on it, and I was like, that this is my healing piece that I need for this weekend. So, this is what I did. Always by Hello with Liz Matthews. I love how this turned out. This on here is not doing it justice for the variegation that's in there. You can kind of see it in the L. In order to get these charts from Liz, you have to subscribe to her newsletter, and this is one of many charts. This is the second one in the series, but it's called it's a complimentary pattern celebration smalls that she's doing. So go check her out. Hello from Liz Matthews. It just comes in her newsletter. But the details on this that I want to give you is we will dye for you fabric. It's a new dyer here in Indiana. I think Indiana, Illinois area. Two friends that get together. And this one is 28 count latte. And this was from one of my boxes. I feel like it was my Christmas box from the Black Needle Society. But Collar and Cotton's dark indigo. You barely, I don't know if you can tell the variegation. Not really, that's not doing it justice. But it was so fun to quickly whip out and stitch. And so start and finish in the same weekend. Yay for me. Yay for me. That is it for my my finishes. They're not fully finished, and now we're going to move into my whips for the week. Work in progress. Okay. It's going to feel like a Mira mania. Mira marathon. Mira something. I stitched so many mirrors this week. Apologize for the cough. My first one, I stitch her every single day, is my Spring Queen. And she's stitched on Color and Cotton 28 count white tee. And I told you last time I was over stitching just the skin, and I really needed to get into some color, and boy, did I. Check her out. I love how these colors pop on here, and I love this so much better than the picture. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 28 count used to be my sweet spot, and it still is, but my mirrors, I don't push it. Like, if she tells you to stitch it on, then that's what I stitch on. So, yeah. So, that queen. I have another queen in my pile for you, but we got to get to that first. So, my next one is my Flosstube friends, and this one I'm stitching along with, we're doing a round robin and it's hashtag Flosstube friends RR. And my fellow floss tubers on here and one Instagram follower are, they're listed in my show notes, but it's Bobbi from Pumpkin Creek Prim, Stacie from Stacie Stitches, sorry Stacie, Jessica from Sassy Jessica, I just lost your title. I'm putting it here. I'm putting them all here because I'm going to mess them up. Heather from Pumpkin Purls and Punky Purls, and Sallie, who is our Instagram girl. Love these girls dearly. So we are getting to know each other so well just from the thread that we have going back and forth on Instagram. So I am stitching this on 20 count flax Zweigart that I also like grunged up. So I got my part of the round robin done, and it's ready to mail out when we are ready. So the whole border done, which you've seen before, and my girl. I mentioned to you, and my girl. I mentioned to you I was having problems with skin tone. I love how she turned out. I turned her high heels into flats, and yeah, I love it. I'm representing me in this one. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I don't have anything else to say about that, but I'm ready. So I don't know. I feel like May 1st is when they're going to start the process of round robin in it, but whenever is whenever. So another Mira, and this is my Queen of Freedom that is stitched on a 28 count Luna. I don't know why it doesn't. Yeah, 28 count Luna. And I got out of the skin on her too. I mean, there's more skin to come. I got her arms to do, but yeah, it's really coming along. I love this. This is like 3 different shades to make that go. I love stitching mirrors. I just really do. Yeah, That's all I can say about them. The color blocking, and they're not intimidating for me. And they shouldn't be for you. The needle or the beading is not that big of a deal. My next Mira, this is, so that one I stitched, the Queen of Freedom I stitch once a month. This one was my last Whip Go challenge for the month of April. So I had it to stitch on for 5 days. And it is Miss Christmas Eve by Nora. And when I picked her up, I couldn't even tell what was the upside and the downside of this fabric. So I think I started this on Christmas Day. So, and that is why. Who's got time? But I made time and I got to start that day. So the threads are called for, and I'm stitching it on a 32 count Joblin that I dyed to be this color. And this is where it is. The bodice of her dress and starting at the flare. I started in the center and kind of worked my way up. And I'll probably continue to do that, work my way up when it comes up next. I think this has got another square on my Whip Go. So yeah, it'll be back. One more Mira, because I just can't get enough. This one is my Mira for the Silver Moon Tea, and it is on a 25 count Lugana that I dyed myself to turn into the purple. And I did it on 25 to do it as an experiment. And experiment is going well. And this is where I am. This is my one thread a day piece. And I actually started out doing this regular 1/1. And in this area right here, I think, and maybe over here, I switched to 2/10 style, and I love it. I don't think you can tell the difference. Actually, I think it looks better for this piece, but that is something like I've never switched up before, and I see it as being like it's going to depend on the piece on what you do in regards to that. So, my little guy. I have one more piece to show you. This guy is cracking me up. And I pinch his ears. I can't help it. It's how I show love. This is the 2020 Pandemic Sampler by Stacie Girl. And boy, do I have a story to tell you about this, because I'm going to pop in a picture here that I had to rip this entire thing that I have circled in that picture. So I did it. And then I was like, this is such a big piece. And I love the coloring that she chose. And I love the fabric that I dyed per her instructions. But I wasn't loving the idea of those houses. And when I had to rip out the border, I was like, I understand how people are like, time out, I'm not doing this anymore. Well, I got time for time out, because this is one of my pieces that I have to stitch on for 4 hours a month. So I put it in timeout for the weekend after I ripped it. And then last night I dove back in, but I'm making a modification to it. And I will show you that as soon as I show you what I got to. This is where I'm at. Yes. I'm obsessed with borders. I have to work that border around. And you will notice this is substantially different than the big old chart. And I'm going to show you why. And there's Post-it notes involved. There goes puppy. I am going to cut it here so it's like that big instead of that big. And Opie, no. And then I'm going to pick motifs and put in my section and take Christine, is that how you say your name? Is it Christy or Christine? I don't know. It's not on this paper of it. Opie. Sorry, people. I know dogs barking. Anyway, I look forward to like hodgepodging that together and seeing where it goes. But I love the color, so I don't want to let it go. But I wasn't in love with the great big houses, especially 2 of them. So it's just what I did. All right. That is my stitching for the week. I want to talk about so much more. First of all, I'm getting ready to send some more cards out. So if you, haven't yet, please fill out my happy mail form so that maybe you can be somebody that gets a card this time. I just like to bring some joy. And I bought even more cards at the post office when I mailed out a winner. So don't forget that. Another thing, if you do not watch Daylene from So Grateful, You need to go check her out. She has the biggest heart. I love Daleen so much. And she and I share birthdays in the month of May. So she had this fabulous idea, and I am embracing it full-heartedly, and I'm going to share this information with you. I don't have it kitted up yet, so it's coming. But Daleen has taken and bought, you know how you can buy like metal or aluminum pans that have the liner in them, the lid. Geez, Janet, get it right. Metal pans with the lid on them, and they're disposable, and you can get like 3 in a pack or whatever. She is taking that and she is kitting up a birthday celebration. She's got a cake in there, a cake mix, an icing mix, candles, balloons, napkins that she picked up at the Dollar Tree. And she is packaging them up and taping it down and donating them to the food banks. And what a joy, what a joy. So her point is, go watch her. But she explains, wouldn't it be amazing to be a mom that needs to go to a food bank, and you go in and you find that, and you can give your child, mom or dad, and you can give your child a birthday party that is somebody donated for you. So I love that idea, and I'm embracing it. And Daleen donates every month to the food bank. Her and her husband alternate who gets to pick what. And Daleen is such a good influence in my life, and I'm going to be embracing that. Yeah, I just, Daleen, I love you. All right, let's get back into, that's a great idea. Join in with Daleen, and let's spread some joy in this wonderful world that there's still good out there. So speaking of good, I actually have some haul and some mail and some plans to talk to you about, and my personal life, because this was like a big week for me. So first of all, I don't know where I saw this, but somebody stitched this, and then I went on the hunt and found it. And this was like a month or so ago. And I purchased Winter Forest off of Etsy. And this is a shop called Stitching Princess. And I reached out to the designer and asked, hey, are you going to do this for every season? Because I just love the uniqueness of some of these animals. And she says, yes, that's her plan. So guess what? She released Magical Forest, and she reached out to me and told me that was up. So there you go, Stitching Princess, Magical Forest. And I look forward to stitching that and getting them all in there. So I'm a series person, and you know that. So this next one, Jessica made me do it. And she knows I love her, but so this is another Etsy, and it is Plato Squirrel, and it is a rabbit hole to go down, but it's called Plato Squirrel, and they don't have it on the front of their chart, so I'm going to put their name here. But these are just 2 of the charts I bought, and I have wanted to stitch a Beauty and the Beast chart for a long time, but I've just never found the one, and this is the one. I am not a fan of the alphabet, so I am going to switch it up to A Tale as Old as Time. If it fits, and it should, that's what it's going to say. All right. The second one, I think I've mentioned it on here before, but my sons are my stepsons, but they're my sons. And they're going through ornery stages in their life right now. I will survive. There's other parents that have, and they survive. But on that Plato Squirrel was this chart, and I had to. I sent it to my husband. I'm like, I have to. Come back with a warrant. Look, it looks so cute and peaceful and pretty. And then you read it and you're like, oh, yeah, super cute. Had to get it. That'll be started sooner than later too. So that I can remember this time in my life. All right. I crack myself up sometimes. This next one is a mail goodie. Heather from Punky Purls. She is also on Etsy. She sent out a project bag as a gift to all of us that are in the round robin. And this is what she chose for me. Yellow. I am a yellow girl. She hit this right on. I mean, they ask what's your favorite color. So, but she nailed it. I love this bee bag. Perfect. So thank you, Heather. Thank you. Okay. I am going to talk about my personal life and talk about plans. So if that's not what you're here for, I know that some people aren't, but it's me. So, first of all, I want to tell you, we did it, guys. We did it. I'm going to try not to cry right here, but, there's so many of you that have been so loving and so helpful through this whole process with my parents' estate. On Friday, I had to go see both my sisters and give them the reports and their checks, and it was like a final thing. And I still have to go to the attorney one time and sign my name that I did that stuff. So I just have to wait for that call. But I am literally, in my world, officially done. I took Friday off of work, preparing for the worst for the weekend, because I don't know if I've mentioned it before on here, but when my dad died, I had to go right into business mode, and I knew I was suppressing the whole mourning and all of that things and the stress that I was under. So I just pushed through. I mean, they chose me to do their business, their final businesses on this earth, and I did it. And so many of you supported me so much, and I just thank you so much. So I want you to know, you have no idea how much I appreciate you being there for me. You have no idea. Sometimes those messages are literally the things that got me through the moment, got me through the day. So, all right, stop. I just want to tell you wholeheartedly how much I thank you. So many have reached out and loved on me, and I needed that so much. All right. Plans. Guys, I should pause this, but I'm pushing through because I don't want to. Plans for stitching. I need to figure some stuff out. I mentioned on like that chart, I didn't like the words and I wanted to change it. So I turn vintage, or so I've been told, 50 next month in May, and I want to do a start for my 50th birthday. So I have a few charts here that I've already owned that I want to share, and maybe you can help me problem solve. This right here, and a forest grew. Daylene, I will be reaching out to you because I have a question. But I think this is what I want for my 50th birthday, but I don't really like the saying that's in there, so I need to come up with something different for that. I know that other people have changed it, and I know when I find the right saying, it'll resonate and it will be me. But so I was looking at this today. I'm thinking I want to stitch it on 20 count, but this is Daylene. If you're listening to this before I get to you, why I want to know is, if I did this on 20 count, Ada, will that work? Is there any half stitches? I know there's back stitching, and then I'm looking at this morning, and it was just like, when there's signs that it's the right thing to do. On the back of it, Karen from Rosewood Manor gives a special thank you out to CC Case on the back for doing the model stitching. And CC was a friend of mine right here from Indiana. She was a Hoosier Stitcher, and she passed away. And so it was just like, I think this is really meant to be. It inspires me that CC was part of this. So yeah. The next thing that I have, I was able to get my head up and get in positive space yesterday and go for a walk with my dogs, which they loved. They're not getting a walk today. It's going to snow here in my neck of the woods. Anyway, my dogs are so joyful when I walk them. They love it so much. And literally it's Squirrel. And I know that there's other stitchers that are doing this. I believe there's a stitch along. If you know what it is, give me the hashtag because I'll hashtag in with them. But this is Ink Circle's Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Squirrels. And I'm going to stitch this for my dogs. They're not going to know, but I'm stitching it for my dogs. And I love that idea. So, yeah. I'm not doing silks. I'll do it in just DMC. This next one, I've got some plans. Like, I don't know. I'll start that in May, and then June. And then July is my husband and my 10th anniversary of being married. And I wanted to stitch this earlier in the year and put it off. So these are definitely in the planning modes. We Live in Hope by Blackbird Designs. I actually want to stitch this and this. So I don't know. See, that's a little house. I can do that little house. Again, it's the alphabet thing. So I don't know if I just that together and with it, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. Or maybe just do. I'm really getting into modifying things now. It's my brain. And this is way far out, but in October, November time period, I purchased this chart with thoughts of my dad, but it has evolved to really thoughts of both my parents. So this is another Rosewood Manor, always remember. And I'm pushing this out, and I'll be kitting this up for the October, November time period of when I lost both my parents. So 3 years apart, but nevertheless. So always remember to forget the things that made you sad. Never forget to remember the things that made you glad. And what an honor for my parents. I have no regrets as far as I don't have any of those sad stories. I was best friends with my mom. My dad and I worked together for 21 or 2 years before he retired. So yeah, I had a good life with my parents, and I'm rambling and I'm honoring my parents, and that's what I do. I love them so much. They left such a big hole in my heart. But they're with me. They're just with me. So, that's my plans. As far as current stitching this week, I'm just going with what I go with. I want to get some littles done. I probably not doing Mania. I'm probably going to I need to start just grabbing some smalls and getting them whipped out so that my whip list can get down. I'd have to count it for you. Anyway. All right. I'm just dragging this out to say I love you so much. So again, if you haven't, fill out the Happy Mail form, because I'm mailing Happy Mail out. Check out the Under 1,000 Subs Club. Thank you for reaching out with me with featured friends. I look forward to doing more of those, so keep them coming. And that's at janetjabber@gmail.com. Yeah, help out Susan and see if we can find that chart, and go check out Denise's D-Stash page. And I'm getting off of here. All right, keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.